Hello and welcome my friend, and next of my topic is that why this oil filter replace is so difficult always. Like I have in here this car's new filter, and now I am worrying that how I can take that old filter out, because there is always that this filter is so tight in this engine area, and this is oily, dirty and slippery that when we try to open with hands and tongs it is really difficult, like in that way that I have tongs and then I try to open that in this way, and this is really difficult job and actually very hateful and bad job. And what to do, how we can solve that difficult issue? Okay, there is quite good solution that when we purchase new filter like in our car, that first we need to measure that area in here, this distance from in here. And let's start to do that. And best measurement is that kind of measurement tool. And when I insert this my tool in here, in that way, from here to here, we can see this length in here. And this amount is about, I think that 64 or 65 millimeters. And that means now that I need to have oil replace tool what is 65 millimeters. And now I have made so that I visited in my this car spare part and this car tool store, and they had that kind of Forte standard part and accessories tool. And then when I rotate that, I can see in here inside, just in here, that there is 65 is this stamp in that area. When we look, we can see, and 14 corners. It should be that there is 14, this 1, 2, 3, 4. And this tool fits just at my filter when we look in that way. And actually it must be a little bit tight in like that one, because when we are installing this filter in this engine area where we have this old filter, we need to do so that first we insert that filter in here, and then we have hammer, and we little bit hammer that inside like half inches deeper, and then when it takes contact it is easy to open that old filter. And then there is also slot, that in that slot when we have those socket and wrench, this is standard size wrench, we have this head what fits in here, but now this is a little bit smaller, and that we need this kind of adjusting socket what fits right away in there, in that way. And then this my standard bigger bar fits in there so easily, and then I can insert this my wrench in here, and then we can rock and roll and open this our this old oil filter in that way. Okay, and let's go to open next this old oil filter. And of course, how much that tool in here cost? It is interesting. This is not very expensive. This cost about $5 or 5 euros, and there are different sizes like 65, 64, 67, 68, 69, very different sizes. I think that 20 different sizes, because we have smaller and bigger size oil filters. Okay, and then let's go to open this my part. Okay, and now we are in this engine area, and there is oil sump, and here is oil drying bolt, and when we look in that area in here, there is oil filter in this position. And let's go to look closer. There is oil filter in here, and its position is a little bit in hidden, but I take my light. We can see better, and there is this oil filter, and in that position next I need to insert this oil filter opening tool, and it happens so that I take my tool, but before of that it will be light. We can see that there is this tool place, there is filter, and here is then is my tool, and it looks like that. And then I insert this my tool in this my socket, and this my place, and I think that when I have that place, I insert my tool in this position. Now it's in there, and then I think that I little bit hammer that my tool, and I take a little bit better view. There is this my, and then I check that tool is okay, and then I hammer that little bit. Notice my tool went deeper in there. We look, now it looks good, and then I hope that when I take my frames, what is in here, that now when I rotate that in this direction, in that way, that this filter opens. Okay, and good. Look, filter is really moving. Excellent. Now I was lucky. And now there is soon coming some oil, and that's we need to be carefully, because and now I take this my friends away, and also now it's oil is dropping. Okay, and that's I need waste oil canister, and there is this my canister, and look, there is this my canister is in the ground. It is waiting this oil, and oil is dropping in there. Dropping there, and then I take this my little bit my tools away, and I rotate a little bit, or actually it's my tool. This was useful here, and it helps. And then when I rotate, okay, this is dirty job, remember. Now I rotate that and use gloves, because my hands are full of oil, and this oil is harmful. Okay, and now filter is away. Look, it is dirty, and then because this is full of oil, I drain all of these oils in this my oil canister. Okay, and here is this my old oil filter, and look, it is full of old oils. Okay, now I drop that in there, and then I need to insert new filter, and let's go to look that. Okay, and then I insert that new filter, and there is good instructions what I need to do. First one is that I need to oil. There is this gasket in here, and I have in here oil. I have mobile oil, and I insert this mobile one oil little bit in here, that way. And then I take my clean finger, and this is purpose to make these filters, this part lubricant. This is very important that we can fasten and tighten this well. Good. And then next part is that it says that I need to add in here also in here inside, this is my rule, this engine oil, because then this engine in that way I feel that almost full. Okay, now it's full. There is oil inside. I add a little bit more. Almost full. Okay, now it's full. Good. And then, okay, it goes also in there. A little bit more. Okay, now it's quite nice. And this oil goes to this oil filter elements paper areas, and that it goes deeper, and I add more. Okay, now it's there. Good. Okay, and then we look those instructions, and then I need to go to fasten that, and then when this filter takes contact, that it don't rotate, I need to turn that 75% this turns. That means that when here is the starting point, that I rotate that almost one turn in here. This is the final part, and only using our hands. Remember, no any tool. Okay, and then I take this cotton cloth. This is really useful when I rotate, and let's go to look that what is situation in my engine. Okay, and here is then this engine area, and then I need again cotton cloth, and I need to clean this area, those all dirt is away in that way. Look carefully. I need to go through this filter elements, all those areas, that it is totally clean. And then I take my tool and clean those things so that all dirt goes in outside, and carefully clean that filter in that way that move in here to out. Look, and here is some dirt in that side, and I take, and be carefully also, because some oil drops are dropping down, that those oil drops, that they don't drop to your eyes. It is very bad. And then I clean that little bit more, and soon we continue. Okay, and now look that how clean this is, and there is no any dirt is in inside. And now I can take my filter. Looks good. And then I take my filter. Here's my filter, and also take clean cotton cloth that we can rotate this easily. And this starting point is that there is the central bolt in there, and in that my filter there is hole, and I target that in here, and then when it takes contact, only a little bit rotation, and then it takes normally contact. Now it's in there, and now there was this first rule that I need to rotate that so long that it don't move anymore easily. Look, now it moves. Okay, and now when it takes contact in here, now I need to do in here small mark. And I always use knife, and I do in here small scratch in that position, that I remember that this is my starting point, and then I need to rotate the small scratch. You can see. And now I need to rotate that again. 75%. That means that when this is starting point in here, I do also in here small markings, that 75%, That means that here is 25, 50, in that area in here. Look. Okay, let's look. Can I manage? And this is hard job, and only by hands. And maybe I can use this my tool also. Now this mark is in here, and in that position I start to rotate. Now it's my marking is in here, in that side. Let's look. It is now in there, and I need to even more rotate. Let's look. But can I take that? I insert my cotton and okay. And now my marking is in there, in that position, and it should be in here. And now I think that everything is fine. I'm lucky because it is very difficult to rotate by hands. And then I have this final check that everything looks okay, and then I need to clean. Remember, this is the final step. I need to clean this oil, that oil base area, because then my engine oil temperature is lower. Okay, and I clean that next.